don't know if... Oh, it doesn't look too bad. I don't know, I might read that after, but never mind. Raw and real, let's keep it raw and real around here. Right, so, a minute though. Oh, now I can't get it to go away. Oh, there we go. No filter, that's me. Right. What was I going to do? So before I forget, right before I've come on, it's the things that come on the algorithm for this channel are hilarious. Like it's either stuff for me or it's stuff for the collective. And because I've come on to do the New Moon and Aries collective one, and sorry, it's not the solar eclipse. It's just, yeah, my heat's up my arse a wee bit. I blame the Pisces energy. We're out of that now, right? We're out of that now. Thank Christ. It's 0 degrees, sun and moon and Aries. Woohoo! Fuck it, let's go. So hopefully my energy slowly returns or fast returns. But yeah, anyway, on the algorithm it popped up, it says, what does it say? It actually says something quite specific. It says she wants to be your girlfriend, not your friend. And it's from, hello Charlotte, how are you? And it's from that film, Definitely Maybe. So from what I remember of that, I remember one of my friends had told me to watch that sometime last year, and I'd seen it before. But when I watched it, I was just like, well, it's very Twinfllamey. And yeah, so somebody needs to watch it. But it'll have specific things to you in it. And probably the message as well. So I don't know if somebody's put you in the friend zone or something, or maybe you're not even that zone. You're just zoned out. Right. So the one that grabbed me. So what I'm going to do, right, is I want this to be a bit of a test of how long the other ones are. By the way, I'm just listening. I have got a bit of bags under my eyes, so I wonder if we could just put a wee filter on. They look hello Michelle. They look a lot worse than. Did that make it any better? That makes it worse. That makes mine. Oh my god! And then look, when I go like that, that's why my wrinkles are so bad, because I go because I'm always like, what the fuck? No. Right, okay. I think they are just. Oh dear. Oh fuck it. We'll just leave it at no filter. Fuck it. It's just fuck fear. Yes, indeed. Fuck fear. It will lie to your face. So this is basically give zero. Oh, I know what that card is. You're giving too many fucks. Give zero. Yeah, exactly. Fuck the filter. So whether it's a literal filter like I was doing there, or you're filtering what you want to say, fuck the filter. That's Aries energy. Bags be gone. Yes, I'll manifest it, Michelle. It's because I was actually going to do this in my jammies, and I thought, no, I actually want to put some makeup on. Do you know what I mean? So, because I usually only have makeup on like once a week or something. So, oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh no. Somebody please wait a minute, I need to write it down. Shorts. It's because I filmed the shorts, and I'm probably going to end up forgetting to do that. Yeah, so I don't want to be on this collective one for ages. Again, famous last words. Because I want to do all the signs, but I want to do them like, I want to try and make them like about 10 minutes. Every time I say that, it's like fucking 40 minutes for each one. I think I managed 30 minutes once. But anyway, the one that pulled me for the collective was forgive, let that shit go. So I used that as the thumbnail. Shame, regret, and guilt, those are just bullshit. So wherever that resonates with somebody, that is the collective message. Again, and fuck fear, it'll lie at your face. So again, I really do feel, it's interesting because, and remember when I say collective, for anybody that doesn't understand what that means, because there will be some newbies that are coming on that don't know that. Thank you, Michelle. It just means it's like the main vibe that I'm picking up on, and because of me being a twin flame divine, I'm a collective channel, but a twin flame collective divine channel. Well, that's a big wordful, but a wordful, whatever. We'll just keep carrying on. It's just going to be what's around for the majority of people. So if that doesn't resonate with you, it's just not for you. But usually, like I said, this channel isn't that big just now. It's growing. And I usually do home in quite specifically actually with people's situs. So we'll just see. But again, I haven't went live. I mean, wait, I can't even remember. Actually, I can. the last time I went live was just before Christmas, and I was sitting in my PJs. So I don't know if I'll be able to get through all of the things tonight, but I usually just like to do that, and then I can just do nothing tomorrow. Because it is Wednesday tomorrow, isn't it? Because I watch my niece on Thursdays, and Wednesdays I usually do, unless I have a session, which I've not. So yeah, I'll just rest tomorrow. I'll just power through this. So what was I going to do? So that was the collective out. So I'm just going to do what I'm going to do for each sign. So I'm going to start with a message for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. So this can be your inner energy, or it's you and your twin flame in a connection, whatever you want to call it. There's not a lot of people. There's not a lot of people in an actual literal relationship, but there are some out there. I'm still laughing at Bags Speak on that. Yes. Resonates for me, processing and ending. Well, I'm sending you lots of love, Charlotte. And that's very, processing and ending that's a great sentence for what today's, like yesterday, today, because Pisces is about the end, and it was Pisces sun, Pisces moon, right? Pisces moon was right up until this afternoon here. I feel like I just put something on my face. Look, I have knee pads on, not what you think. I'm decluttering and throwing shit out. Oh my god. That reminds me of that meme. Have you ever seen the one where it's like, it's meant to be when someone's, I've said this before, but it's like it's like when you're tidying up, you just find random shit and you put it on, and it's a person with like a bird mask. It's like a big beak, and just sitting playing a video game or something. I'm like, that is me. Except every time I declutter, right, which I'm trying to keep on top of it now, I actually always find journals from things that I wrote down like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, or like dreams, and it's freaky. It's freaky, the shit I wrote down that has actually now happened. It's crazy. Like just like things that I wanted to happen in areas of my life and everything. Right, so we're shuffling and things that are yet to happen. So I have faith in the things that I wrote down all those years ago. Right, so like pathetic dreams, do you know what I mean? Right, so I'm shuffling the Twin Flame Ascension card. So again, let's see. We'll try and limit it so I'm not forever. How long have I been? 7 minutes. If I could put this at 10 minutes, and then I'll see how I get on. It'll give me, I think I'll just have to judge it by when I do Aries. Oh, do you know what, actually? I got these, see when I was at my best pals? They look a bit cheap, don't they? But it was like I got these astrology crystals. I actually wanted the tiger's eye ones. They're fucking extortionate too, but I wanted them. Do you know when I was just like, I want them? My pal bought me lunch and I was like, I'm having them. I was like, I'm worth it. I deserve it. Go through a bit of a shitty time, and I was like, you're coming with me, wee pals. We'll have a good life. Right, so this is what I'm going to pull, the one that I'm going to do next. So I think it's just star signs. One of them has planets. The next time I go to, sorry, is that noise like nice? Is it ASMR? Is it really fucking annoying? Come on, be honest. Be honest. You'll be honest. Hey, what did we call ourselves again? What did we call ourselves? I forgot her name. Charlotte Michelle. But that banner's never going to die. But I'm like, I'm sure I just run this channel for Charlotte Michelle. I mean, like, occasionally some of the, like, I can add in some of the other ones. Next to, we have to, who else? Like, who else? Who else? Nathan? I mean, I'm just going to call out the people that got. I'm only joking. Oh, is it? Shit, okay. Sorry. Right, what fell out? Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, that's it. The CMC club, which is funny because that's my initials. Right, we're doing Sagittarius next. Right, after this. So, sorry about that. Oh, I like that. Oh, it's very unique. It's very my Sag moon conjunct Uranus. I like to be different. Watch all the fuck out there, I'll copy me now. Right, need a wee lubricant there. Right, so where that came from. Right, so moving on. Is there anything else I need to say here? Oh fuck, I never put the fucking thing. Oh god, this is what it's gonna be like. Brace yourselves. Why has it not come up yet? Where am I? Oh, there I am. Oh, that thumbnail looks good. Right, so loop. It's just what came out. Oh, that's too big. Shit. Oh my god. What am I What on earth am I Right, this is not, I've got to stop. That's terrible. I've got to explain what I was saying. Oh my god, see what I mean? And I can't. I can't start again. What can we need, I've got a pile of sand up. Oh no, now it's like this is not even funny. This is terrible. This is a collective energy. Well, it's maybe not terrible for if I'm literally. Oh my god. Right, so Aries is a bit like that, to be honest. Aries energy, and if it's 0 degrees Sun and Moon in Aries, it is passion and desire. Do you know what I mean? But I'd rather not, Spirit. I purposely didn't grab the message cards that were like that because I don't really feel like going into that today. They're making me anyway. Should I just go and grab the sex cards now? I mean, oh, that's hilarious. Right. Why I said that's too is because I've got all my spiel for if people want to book and stuff. Michelle, what have you just deleted? What can I just? I'll just put. I need to concentrate for a minute, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. God, if somebody's new, they'll be like, "What the fucking hell is this?" Click. They'll swipe next. Except we're no Tinder. Do you know what I mean? Right. So, wait a minute. I should have fucking sorted this out before. Right, this has got something to do with it too, right? I'm feeling like I should have sorted this out before. So somebody feels like I should have sorted this out before now. Shit happens. Right, so. Right, copy. Why is it not letting me return? Oh, it doesn't let me put in that much. I'm sure everything I'm saying still sounds bad. I can't. It's just coming out my mouth like lava. And yes, I quote that from Bridesmaids because it is funny. Denise, actually, see while I'm doing this, I thought, oh yes, it fits. That I need to go. I don't know what the hell's coming out of my mouth right now. The nations gratefully receive you. We sprinkle with miracles for your kindness. Oh God, it's funny, but it's just what the hell, right? It's like, you know what I mean? They could have just let me in gently here. It's like I'm just a Spaniard myself. Michelle, you just brought my dirty laugh. That's hilarious. Michelle just spanned herself. That's hilarious. Oh, I've got a stitch. Oh, fuck. Right, okay. So I've put in my wee things there. I need to post that on everything. Just in case. Oh, that's so funny. Right, okay. Well, there's clearly a passionate vibe that I'm channeling right now. Oh shit. Right, let's see what comes out. Let's see. Right, so this is always, the collective one's always longer than the astrology ones. Right, so what have we got for the divine feminines that are going to resonate with this? That could be any gender. What have we got? Because remember, if you watched the recent video, divine feminines are the leader, the reluctant leaders, the ones that get it first, while the other ones running away as fast as they can, and they do not have a fucking clue why the feelings feel that intense. Except that feels like that for the both of you. Until they're like, wait a minute, actually, I kind of sort of want to come a bit near that person now. Right. But that takes work. You've got to do the work for it to get to that. Right, so, both people. Right. Whoa! Whoa! Holy fucking shit, man. Yes, certainly. Twin flame is everything is possible. Isn't that amazing with what we're saying? You know what I mean? That's pretty amazing. So the divine, and I just got, as soon as I said it, my eyes got drawn to 1444 So divine feminines are in this place of like, look, I don't care how impossible this looks and how difficult everything is. We're twin flames and everything is possible. And you see how there's like a white swan And a black swan, this is depictive of in each person. Sorry, I'm not telling you fuck you. It's but maybe that's relevant too in some way. Maybe you've been using some harsh words lately. You've got the light and the dark in both of you. And it's like, so you need to balance it. Whoever's watching this, you need to balance that within yourself, right? Everybody's got a shadow, everyone's got a light side. So don't believe anyone if they're like, oh, I haven't got a ego. I'm egoless. I just fly like an angel in the light. I don't know why I'm saying it like this, but do you know what I mean? It's like, no, everybody can be a, you know what I was going to say. Yes, it was the C word. It's just the truth. Hopefully not every day, because I think if everybody was being that every day, you'd probably not want to be around them. Do you know what I'm saying? But we can all be that at times. So it's about integrating your shadow. And I love what somebody said in a comment the other day. It was Nathan. Oh, thank you for that, Charlotte. I'll do you do you a message. Just remind me though. That basically, yeah, it was the one about the shadow, and it was quite good because I've got those cards. It was something about don't run from the darkness, don't run from your shadow. So that's very apt for the message that's coming through, because remember, this is for the collective. I'm reminding myself that too. And it's kind of like, I can't remember what Nathan said, but he said something like, it's hard to do that basically, because it's often, it's like, I think he said something like what I would say, like it's a part of your, I don't know if he said it's your wounds or if he said it's your wounded inner child, but either way, all of that is right. Like your shadow is usually within, when I've done that for myself, when I still do things like that for myself, when I journey or when I'm getting help from someone else, and what I've seen within my sessions is your shadow usually is a part of your wounded inner child. Like, so for instance, like, any session I can think of, oh, I rolled that down, I didn't roll it back up, guys. Thank you for your messages, and they're so helpful. Thank you, Charlotte. It's kind of like, basically, what was I saying there? Oh my god, it totally went. Yeah. So like, so when I do, soul retrieval for like if it's shadow work, like basically the person, or it depends. It depends if the person identified before we even done the journey, which isn't really a lot to be honest, guys. I say that all the time. People will come to me thinking they're coming to me for something, and it ends up being way deeper than what it actually is, right? And sometimes people come to me and they didn't even realise that I was a twin flame healer, and then it all becomes about the twin flames, and that can really kind of be quite mind blowing for people. But basically, it's like, what I get a vision of is because I take people to the tree in the journey, unless they choose their own safe space, a lot of people's inner childs actually hide behind that tree for quite a while. And that's why it might say it's like an hour session, but a lot of the reason why I was forced, like I had to put my prices up, is because I can sit with people for absolute hours. I try not to as much anymore, but it really just depends, because, if like I need to get to the bottom of something, and I can tell it is just somebody's wounded inner child just isn't trusting in the situation, I can usually coax like that part of you out eventually. And actually sometimes really quite quickly. It just depends on the people, because I know it's not a reflection of me. It's like they're saying to me, whenever anybody really lashes out at you, it's the pain within them. You know what I mean? So in the moment, yeah, you can be triggered and you might even say something back and you're like, oh fuck, I kind of wish I hadn't done that. But it's kind of like, it is always a good reminder for us to remember that there's so many people hurting right now, twin flame or not. Many people are in their dark night of soul, and a lot of that will actually be you guys. Some of you will have already went through it, but I bet you, even if you've went through it, you went through some dark times of late. I certainly know that I did, and I'm grateful to be on the other side of it. But again, on the other side of it, and there's still stuff that I could get bothered about, but it's about kind of like just being mindful of that hurt people. And so, and the twin flame card is here, so that is going to be relevant for the twin flame journey. Right, so divine order, practice, patience. So yeah, well that just fits in too. So that's the collective message. So that was so actually divine feminine's practice patience. Wow, because that was the divine feminine message. I just remembered that. But for divine masculines, that's also for you as well, because that's your feelings. Like divine feminine energy is your feelings, it's your allowing, it's receiving. So like if you've got a problem receiving help and you're like, no, I couldn't do it myself, don't want anyone to help me, or all that kind of stuff, it's just being overly masculine. You know what I mean? Like everyone needs to be open to receiving, because if you're not, you'll cut off from all this amazing stuff happening in your life, whether it be love, money. If your money's all right, more money, success. You know, we're always wanting something more somewhere. So learn to just open up and receive from the people that you can trust, and that's what I feel. You know, I like Nathan's comment because it's very true. Like and remember that shorts it's like a 60-minute short, so it's like, but I mean, but the card nailed it. I mean, it'll be interesting if I pull it out again now. Actually, I bet you that'll happen because I'm saying it. But it's I think what they're trying to get across is it's kind of like I don't like the way they're saying it to me, but they're kind of like don't think you're a lost cause. Like if you're really stuck in a dark place, because we've literally all been there. But the difference is if you've landed across this channel and if you believe in the way that I can help people and you believe in the people that can, that have actually testified to that and shared. And again, remember, that's nothing, that only scratches the surface of what actually happens in a session with me. Because I'm so Scorpio Plutonian, there's always way more that goes on in that session that anyone's ever going to say, because I wouldn't expect people to lay all their shit out when they're kind enough to do a video for me to be like, yeah, Claire really helped me with my stuff. You know what I mean? It's always way deeper. But I just feel people need to know that it's like you kind of just find out what happens in a session with me when you book it, you know what I mean? But you've got to take the leap of faith. Oh, that's very Aries. But yeah, it's some deep dark shit, and it's kind of like, I've had some people that have like been healers way longer than me, and they come to me once. I help them heal this real lost soul, wounded inner child part of them, clicks into place, and they're away fucking soaring, and I don't see them again. Or I might see them again in 2 years or something, do you know what I mean? And it's just because they needed to find somebody that they could trust, to be really vulnerable with, to restore that, and then go and do their thing, you know what I mean? And again, you've heard me, I used to get bothered about this when it happened before, because it used to feel like sometimes it was just a bit shit, because things weren't going that great for me. They certainly weren't going that great money-wise or business-wise, and it's just always a bit up and down. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. I just don't see it the same anymore. Do you know what I mean? I just kind of like, as long as everything's moving forward for me at a pace that's comfortable and I'm not holding myself back and all that kind of, like, I just kind of be like, wow, it's kind of amazing that they used me to do that. It's like today, actually. Sorry, it's Mercury and Aries. It is like word vomit today, but I'm like this all the time, but it's really, I can't stop it. It's coming out. And I also can't see the comments, so maybe I'm not meant to right now. But basically, oh, you haven't comment. That, give me it back. What was I going to say? Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. There was someone connected to here. I'll keep it anonymous, but basically, her children, there was just things that happened. They weren't well and stuff. And because they're aware of just how fast I can heal people. Like, I literally just pray and people feel it. I'm not kidding you. Like, people don't need to believe me if you're new. It happens. And it's happened to some of you. It's happened live, actually. It probably will happen live, actually, tonight while I'm doing this. So if anyone's got a headache or any kind of anything like that, just tell me. But today, there were actually things that were really, I was like, oh, no. And I done it. And basically, right away, the person emailed me back and was like, oh, my God. Like, thank you so much for your magical healing kind of thing. And it's just, this has been happening for years, you know what I mean? And I know I say it, but I have to keep telling people so that you believe me, so that, like, if there are more serious things going on, like children's mental health or, adult mental health, like, book something with me if people need that, or because it's, it's really quick, the healing that comes through. Right, so Divine Masculine has got honour your agreement, mission and motion. So what that tells me is the Divine Masculine Collective are, like, their mission is emotion, but what I'm feeling with that is it's very uncomfortable. I feel many Divine Masculines have literally been catapulted. It's really interesting. As I'm talking, I've got this pressure around the front of my head, and it feels like third eye stuff. It's like they've been shown, or your twin flame has been shown stuff that they couldn't see before, or that was a bit of a mystery or a bit confusion. Confusion, illusions, Pisces, the shadow energy, Pisces energy. Pisces also unconditional love, kindness, but it's like, it feels a bit of, wherever there is manipulation going on in your life or your twin flame's life, I feel if that hasn't already been revealed, it's about to be with Aries season. So remember, it's always past, present, or future stuff, and I think I've proved that of late with some of the things that are, that I've channeled way back when. I'm getting intel that a lot of this stuff is happening now again, or about to, or already has. But there's something about, you know, the mission being in motion. It's things are happening. I know that there's good things happening. One of my clients has let me know recently that somewhere where there's been a huge halt and just everything, just every time she tried to move forward, something was holding back. But things are moving forward now. And then someone else I know is having to wait for something to move forward before she can feel like her life is going forward. And all these women that I'm talking about are divine masculine energies. So you could be a woman in divine masculine or a man or whatever you identify as, but there's something, maybe it's similar to these situations. You're either having to wait to move forward or it's finally moving forward. But like I say, I'm feeling that's uncomfortable. And what I want to say is Aries, I know this is an Aries new moon, it's change, new beginnings, passion, desire. It's like, you know, and that isn't always like sex and love and stuff. That can be like you've got a passion for your business back, like creativity, you know, it can be anything. But it's, or you've just got your fucking energy back from not having it, you know, that's what I'm excited about. But it's kind of like, what else am I getting with that? It's also a death of the ego. So sorry, you know, I don't hear many people say, I don't really hear anyone saying that, but Aries is your ego. So I always feel when there's a new moon or a full moon in Aries, you can go through quite a dark time if you've not done a lot of work there. So if you feel like you're kind of thriving, you're on fire, it's probably because you're forever doing work in that area, so you can handle it. But it's, yeah, you can get a bit of a dent to the ego or something that's going to wake you up to what really matters. That's what they're saying. Healing, abandonment, time to forgive. So look at that. That's the card that they pulled me to. Forgive, let that shit go. So there's obviously a theme here for divine masculines. It's, you know, your healing abandonment wounds. I always say, oh God, look at the guy in the middle as well. He's like floating in the air. That's like the void card that I held up in the last video. But your healing abandonment issues, and the thing is you and your twins' abandonment issues, they actually mirror one another. So that is something that I think a lot of people can't hear enough, is that it's, you feel like it's just you, and you know, you've got all this shit going on and they seem like they've got their shit together. It's not like that. You've both got exactly the same abandonment wounds. It doesn't matter how much healing you've done around that, you know, it's, we both need to be very mindful of that, you know, and protect each other's inner child and stuff. So forgive, let that shit go, and time to forgive. That's quite a clear message for divine masculine. Shame, regret, guilt, those are just bullshit. So again, I feel it is just, it's other people that have made you feel like this, that make you feel like you can't trust. Right, so, well, now these are very Aries cards, so let's see what comes out for this. Do we want to do, if I do divine feminine, divine masculine for all of it, it's going to take fucking ages. This is just a message that people in the collective need to hear. Stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking. Sorry, it is funny because it is. Anyway, stop checking up on that person, just fucking stop. Spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. I'm laughing for many reasons. It's funny because it is common knowledge that it's kind of like that is what divine masculines do. Whether it's like you know, a lot of the women and men that tune into me to learn about the twin flame journey to help them basically fucking wake up. Like that is what it's about. What's happening here? Or it can be as well divine masculines actually watching their divine feminine, but they're doing the same thing. They're learning, and then they're learning from other ones, and like what I always just say is we hope they're not learning from the false ones, because they'll be turning out information to confuse the fuck out of you. So it's always worth being aware of that. And some of them might not be watching at all because they don't get it and they're not thinking to go and look about all this shit. But yes, but I also feel that can be like what I picked up on, that there's karmic partners that are like stalking and watching, and not necessarily romantic. It can be romantic for some, but it can be like ex-friends, it can be estranged family members, it can be anyone, like it can just be anyone. It's just basically people watching. Yeah, just off, and it's kind of like ridiculousness. It's kind of like not a lot of point to it, but again, it is one of these things where people are going to do it anyway. And there's that one again. Fucking apologise. Seriously, just do it. So there's a huge thing about saying sorry and being sorry and forgiveness. That's in the collective. And that one just came out again. Fucking apologise. Seriously, just do it. And you're seeing me shuffling. You're a... Sorry. These cards are hilarious. You're a grown-ass adult. Stop blaming others for your shit. So obviously something about personal responsibility there. It's not everyone else's fault. It's yours. I can't. I can't. But basically, when I break down, because these are harsh, what that's about is it's just about like bad things have happened to you, right? Bad things have happened to me. Bad things have happened to all of us. We need to give ourselves empathy, love, compassion. We need to give that to other people as well. But at some point, trust me, from somebody that used to stay in that all the time, right? Like, you have to jump the fence from victim mode to empowerment. And that's definitely going, you know, Pisces is brilliant because, like I say, it is unconditional love. It is soulmates. It's fucking absolutely twin flames. It's like true love, right? But the shadow side is victim mode, and that's just a fact. It's kind of like with Aries. You know, Aries is empowerment, but it's kind of like if you go too far, you be too in your ego and not giving a shit about anyone. You want to find the middle ground between Aries and Libra, which is, you know, it's a happy medium of me and we, and you meet somewhere in the middle. So there is something about this of once you've been in it enough, you've stayed in the pain and you've cried it out and you feel it to heal it, you reveal it to heal it, all these sort of things. Like get your strength back and be a warrior, because that is Aries energy. And just remember that, as hard as the lessons are in your life, like your soul did choose this. And I know that's going to be triggering, but it's true. And again, if you've seen what I went through on a daily day basis, or there's some of the shit that I help people with, it's that can be really hard to accept, but it is true. And again, that's something that I can look at in your astrology chart if you really want, or we can do a past life regression. But there's ways to find out, like, why the fuck am I going through all of this? Right, okay, so deep messages. Stop talking, shut your mouth and listen. Wow, harsh again, but it's like, I feel like that's what the season, Pisces season we've just come out of, was helping you do. It was helping you just be, and be still, and meditate, and go within, and pay attention to your dreams, and really get the insight that that you needed without the noise of everybody else. Well, hello Aries dropped in, then hello next. Like, just, yes, it has dropped in. But and this is why I always go on about how important all of it, like how important therapy is. It's like, I'm not just saying it because I'm a counsellor, it's because it's what helped me, and it is what helps all my clients. It's, if you're always kind of looking for validation outside of yourself, which is not something most Aries would do, definitely not Aries that have had therapy, but it's because it's confidence. And that's why people can either fucking love Aries or they fucking hate us, because we're confident, we're assertive, we're going to say it like it is. And I spent all of my life dulling my sparkle and keeping my fucking mouth shut about a lot of shit, definitely the twin flame journey. And I'm just not fucking doing it now. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to tell all my shit, but I'm not keeping my mouth shut. So it's because I'm here to help a lot of people, and I'm here to shine my light. So somebody's really going to resonate with that. And that brings about this for twins, intimacy, because it's fear of intimacy. That is the biggest thing. And that's my life purpose. Look, they're just showing you. They're just showing you. It's my life purpose to help people end up doing that. I don't know if you both would fit in the bath, but that's your business. Right, so right, so now we're moving on to, I'm going to read from the book from this because I love it. So, right, we've got intimacy. Where are you, intimacy? And Charlotte, I will do you a personal message, but it might be a while, so thank God I ate my tea before this. Right, so intimacy. So did I specify? This is the Divine Feminine's card, but again, remember, it really doesn't matter, right? It's just if it resonates, it resonates. But this one is for Divine Feminine, and then I'll read one for Divine Masculine. That's going to take forever. No, I will do that. Hello, Nathan. Nathan, I was talking about you. I was referencing your comment because I loved it, the shadow work one. How are you doing? You have a coffee bot. Yeah, I've had that for ages. Have you not seen that before? It pops up when somebody, I linked it like ages ago. But thank you, that's quite cool. True intimate. I wasn't sure if it was actually working because it was like, I think my payment thingied for that, and then I didn't, and no, I think I sorted it again. Anyway, right, so True intimacy is a powerful and beautiful energy that will transform your relationships. Most of us have experienced physical intimacy during sex, yet we all know that sex, no matter how good, does not sustain a full relationship. Emotional and spiritual intimacies are the key to a deeper interpersonal connection. In recent years, intimacy between friends and partners has been replaced by sharing of emotional and spiritual wounds, but the angels and guides say that your potential or existing partner is not meant to be your healer or your therapist. Boom, drop the mic. What do I always fucking say? What do I always say? You know what I mean? You can't be your Twinfllame therapist. It's just not going to fucking work. But you'll come up against loads of issues, do you know what I mean? Because we need a fucking day off. But you know, are you really going to get seen and heard and listened to better than most people around you? Of course you fucking are. Do you know what I mean? But in fact, a tendency to bring your past hurts and disappointments into conversations with your beloved can actually keep them alive or unconsciously make your partner feel responsible for fixing you and your problems. Those matters are best dealt with by an objective and caring professional. Hello there, Twin Flames. That's why you've arrived here. The kind of intimacy your heart truly desires shows up when you and your partner reveal the innocent, tender, this is like what I just said about the inner child, I love it, tender, idealistic, and creative sides of yourself to one another. That can be in the bedroom too. These parts of your personality are often playful, cheeky, irreverent. I can't say that word. Oh no, it's a word I can't say. Irreverent. Irreverent? Somebody Google it. Tell me what it means. Or do you just know what it means? Irreverent, childlike, and joyful. This is the energy I bring to the table as they keep pulling me to the word joy. I've said this before, but I was healing somebody in a soul retrieval once at a group thing, and they were like, "Your energy is so childlike, like never lose it." Like people want to start laughing when I send them distant healings and stuff. They are not concerned about what the neighbours say, and that's been in some dark situations. People have been in dark situations, and I've sent them distant Reiki and healing and everything, and they're just like, I just can't stop laughing. I've been laughing all day, and I'm like, oh yeah, you definitely felt the healing. So if that suddenly happens, I was probably sending you healing. They are not concerned about what the neighbours think. Of course, intimacy. This is Aries energy. Sorry, I'm going to read the comments in a minute. Of course, intimacy can include sharing your secret fears with your partner too, but do so in a way that makes it clear you're simply revealing an intimate truth about yourself rather than burdening your beloved with your concerns. Because I think that's important as well. You know, I think there's like many people can feel like, oh, I can't just like lay all my crap on this person because I don't want, like, I just don't want to burden them with all my stuff. But actually, if somebody loves you, and definitely if we're talking about your twin flame, like they want to be there for you. It's the fucking other half of your soul. How often do I need to fucking say it? Between, oh my god, now they're going to make me. It's so funny. I filmed a wee video like where I keep doing this where I just put the phone, like a blackout reading, I just put the phone on my bed and I just spoke to myself for about 15 minutes. And then I knew I was just kind of doing it probably for when I was on here, but they're saying it to me again. The amount of times I catch folk, and it's again, I'm being cryptic for a reason. I'm being anonymous, right? Because there's loads of amazing people that help with twin flames and everything, and there's some that are there to take you off the path. But I can't stand when I hear people saying things about, if your twin flame's not doing the work, here comes your mirrored soulmate, or here comes your soulmate. It's like, fucking no, that's a fucking cop out. That's the people that can't take the heat. So they're just kind of, or they're afraid. Sorry, I'm going to say it's Aries. That is fear, right? Aries is brave, but it's also being really fucking scared. And so you either run one way or the other. You fall into your ego, which is also Aries, the shadow of Aries, but ego is fear. Or you be brave, and that's why the challenge is called "Fuck It, Let's Go." You've got a choice. I know which one I want to choose. Choose fear or love. I'm choosing love. You know what I mean? I'm doing the scary thing. Not everybody's like that, and usually it's the way that with twin flames, your twins go the other way. They're choosing the ego. They're choosing the fear. Like obviously they don't consciously want to do. They don't want to, but it's they're running on that program. You know what I mean? And it's until the energies sort of balance out. This is what happens. So a lot of you should be resonating with what I'm saying. But yeah, basically that really it triggers me, it annoys me because it's to knock you off the path. It's to make you doubt who your true twin flame is. It's to make you think, fuck, are they a karmic partner? All that kind of shit. And that's why I said the other day, twin flames do have crap with what you absolutely do, because it's all your childhood wounds, it's your abandonment wounds, anywhere where anyone's ever betrayed you in the past or recently, or it's all going to come up. but it stops coming up once you do this. Once you have the hearts to hearts, you know, obviously they've went way past that, but it's like, I wonder if that's an every night occurrence. Fucking hell, I'd be like, fuck off, this is my time for myself, do you know what I mean? It's like, I'll talk to you in the living room. But it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? It's after you just like open up and you both are vulnerable and intimate. And that's why usually divine feminines are more open books, more you know, just raw and kind of, obviously they're not all as raw as me. I don't think. Well, I definitely know that they aren't, because some are kind of like, oh yeah, I'm just reading for this situation, but it's totally not mine. It's like, oh, stop fucking lying. That's you. I can tell when I'm watching, but it's funny. It's entertaining. But yeah, just be aware of that. If you're ever tuning in to other people, if they're giving it all that, I just honestly, I'm being a bit of a bitch here, but again, this is my shadow. That's just somebody's insecurities showing in the reading. It's like they're worrying that this isn't happening, so they're like, "Oh, a new soulmate's coming in, a new mirrored floobity doobity soulmate." It's like, stop fucking making up words. You've copied so and so with the fucking 200,000. I heard her saying it the other day, and she was wrong too. And now you're copying her. Do you know what I mean? Just because you're fucking flying up the thing. No, no. You know what I mean? And here, listen, I'm just a wee humble 400 and 400 and shooby doo, whatever it is now. It's 470 something. I was like, wait a minute, was I at 460 something? And I was like, oh, I'm going up in the world. But do you know what I'm saying? It's like you can choose to believe what I'm channeling from God or not. But that is what, you know, that is the truth. It's kind of like, no, it's giving up on yourself. It is giving up on yourself. And somebody needs to believe in the connection, in these connections. Do you know what I'm saying? Right. Okay. We took you to church on that one. Can we read the rest now? Intimacy can also include physical closeness without sex, feeding one another, washing or styling your partner's hair. I don't know if I agree with this, but whatever. Maybe if they're a hairdresser or something. Feeding one another. I just read that bit. Placing a blanket over your partner when they fall asleep. That's cute. Or having a bath together are just few examples. Some of the most profound intimate moments can happen when there's no conversation at all. Your beautiful connection is enhanced by a glorious sunset or graceful bird on the wing. I actually had a dream, right? Where, and it was last week sometime. And I don't have dreams very often where if I've ever had a dream over the years and my twin flame's in the dream, it's always something weird, like he's really far away and it's like we're both looking at each other, but we can't get to each other and we can't talk. Fucking very annoying, and it's very like real life. But every now and again I'll have a dream and it's like it's really real and actually I'm there and it's all kind of and it's all very lovely and whatever, and you know, and it was PG as well. It wasn't anything like that. I wouldn't be sharing it. But it's kind of like, but anyway, long story short, I did have a dream last week where it was like in the dream. I mean, obviously it's the weirdest of all the dream stuff. Like, but the most important bit, I won't tell you the whole dream, but the most important bit was that it was like it wasn't anything racy or anything, or it wasn't even. It was just kind of like it felt like we'd spent the whole day together and just having fun and getting to know each other again. And then it was just and it was just we were kissing, but it wasn't even like for ages. It was like it was just that's intimacy. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, yeah, yeah. So again, just if you have dreams like that, it's kind of like it wouldn't be. It wouldn't. What they're trying to say is that wouldn't be special if it wasn't somebody that was special to you. Do you know what I mean? You'd be like, oh fuck it. Because not everybody feels like that about kissing. That they're just like, I used to have pals when I used to go out when I was younger, and oh, just kiss them. It's fucking boring. There's like, I'm just fucking kissing some random. Like I need to actually like somebody, a lot. But obviously I've been that way for a long time now. But right. You have drawn this card today because your soul longs for you to understand how real intimacy arises and to make yourself available to its loving influences from now on. Oh, so this is divine. So there's something for divine feminine said about just be aware that there isn't any fear of intimacy within you. That if you haven't had that with somebody for a long time, and I'm not talking about sex because anybody can fucking have sex. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. I'm talking about if you've never had that intimacy ever, or for a long time, you could be harbouring some kind of deep fear that could be keeping it away. But when we're talking about twin flames, it's both your shits keeping away until it's time. But anyway, whatever that means to you. Right, let's now, because I didn't want to be this long, but I knew it was going to be. Right, what did you resonate with, my shadow work, Claire? I just felt that what you said was true. That it's like it's easier said than fucking done. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't remember exactly what you said, but I replied to you on the thing, just basically saying that yeah, it is hard because the shadow work is usually it's your wounded inner child, so it's not an overnight thing. You know what I mean? I'm in a divine separation right now. We both need to heal. Oh, I like that you've called it that. A divine separation. That's beautiful. Fuck, I love your humour, Claire. You're funny. Thank you, Nathan. My humour gets me through the darkest of days. Celebrating that statement right there. Exactly, Nick. That is a beautiful statement. Right, okay, so what's divine masculine got of the feminine that's... Look at this fucking divine magic. Look at this. When I picked out intimacy, life purpose leapt out. And when this boundaries card has come out for divine masculine, and remember, this came out for divine feminine when I done the videos on Sunday. Sorry, I'm being a bit of a dick. I mean, I'm like, but it's kind of like, that to me is like divine masculines are learning from their feminine about boundaries. And that's what's meant to happen. The divine feminine, and usually it is a kind of like, oh no, you don't. After a few times of fucking up and, oh yeah, just any time with you at all because I fucking love you. And then you're like, actually, do you know what? I really love myself, and it's not going to be the happiest of endings if I do. You know what I mean? That's usually how it goes. I've just told the timeline of the twin flames. Do you know what I mean? And then that's why I pulled boundaries for divine feminine the other day and divine masculines now. The divine masculines are putting their boundaries up where they need to, or it's just they've really taken on board the boundaries that divine feminines have fit. And this can all be energetically, by the way. It doesn't need to be literally, but for some people it's literally or a bit of both. But life purpose has leapt out for the divine masculine collective too, because it's both of your life purpose. You're both doing the work. It's just work can seem very different for both twins. And this is why, again, I'm really in the Aries passion today. But it's true. It's like when you're catching others like really bashing their twin flame, or it's just always this vibe of like they've not fucking woken up quick enough, so I'm fucking on the divine fucking soulmates or the mirrored soulmates or what's the other one? It's all these fucking mirrored soul. It's like the same fucking thing. Your divine mirror is your twin flame. Try finding another fucking mirrored soulmate or divine mirror that's the same fucking mirror as that mirror. That mirror's hard enough. Why are you fucking trying to find another one? I'm just gonna shack up with this fucking mirrored soulmate, right? Because this guy's no fucking getting it quick enough. And then it's like, what about when the real one does and they come to the door and you're like, oh, sorry, I picked the other mirrored soulmate. That wasn't my actual mirror. It's a bit of a fucking shattered mirror because they're not really the other half of my soul. Because you weren't being quicker. Do you know what I'm saying? Do that if you want. Do that if you want. But it's going to bring you all sorts of karma that you really could have done without. But yeah, all jokes aside, because I know it's coming out in a bantery way, but remember, this is that kind of what I've been saying recently is it's the Hyoka. I can never say it. I think that's why I never used to say it before. But if you look at the Hyoka empath, that is my humour. I heal through humour, and it can trigger people too. But it's true. Like it's hard work. This journey is not for the faint of heart. And yeah, basically. And so you go through the hard work and the pain with your karmic, but you also go through the hard work and the pain with your twin flame as well. And then you get to a bit where it's really actually quite peaceful because you actually finally chatted and kind of worked out that you've went through a lot of the same pain. And there's been a lot of interference and all the shit that I say all the time. So anyway, it's your life purpose. You've come here to usher the new energy, the new earth energy, the peace on the planet. You know what I mean? It just all comes about in a bit of a turbulent way. Right, so, and hello Brianna, how are you doing? Right, let me read this. So, divine masculine's boundaries. That was a big sigh. So that'll have something to do with it. That was a big sigh. So it's like, fuck's sake. Did I miss? I'm just trying to catch the message. No worries, I'm currently playing a fed up teenager in a role of play of schools with the kids. I was like, what? That sounds fun. That's like what I just channeled. The like Kevin and Perry. I've been travelling low in the Pisces, but starting to feel it a little zing, a little hopeful. Well, my intention is throughout this, I'm channeling that healing and that empowerment. So I hope you will feel better after this. What did you? Right, I just read that. I wish the technology would exist that allows people to experience being the opposite sex. It would solve a lot of trans issues and such. I don't know how that would work, Nathan. But I have like 50 minutes. Hello. Right. Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. So most people understand the concept of healthy boundaries, but aren't always sure how to put them into practice. Right. So remember, this is for divine masculines. Boundaries could be described as simply having a clear and healthy sense of self, of who you are, and what makes you tick, and what affects you positively and negatively. Which is why, again, I'm going to say again, but which is why I always recommend therapy, because that helps you know your inner compass. It's not, I'm not just saying it for a fucking laugh. It's like you won't bother so much about what your friends have got to say, what your family's got to say, what the fucking people at your work are got to say, because you'll be like, actually, I know my own values and morals in mind, and thanks for your input, but actually, I don't agree with that, and this is the way I want to go in life, in any area of life, whether it's your love life, your career. Think about how many people's families force them into a career that they don't want to do because it's like a generational thing, and people would be a lot happier doing what they actually want to do. That's why I was going about therapy. Do you know what I mean? A common example of unhealthy boundaries is the apparent inability to say no when feeling pressured by a prospective, new, or existing partner into doing or behaving in a way that isn't in harmony with your truth. And that's where you'd be tested. This is where people that are in an actual relationship or any relationship is that, you would basically not people please. You know what I mean? It's like because you'll get to that point. Like if you're trying to keep up an act in a relationship, you can't. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have an off day. I wish you all the luck with that, Nathan. Um, for example, if you love the ocean and need to walk along the beach regularly to maintain emotional balance, you can invite your partner to join you or go alone. But you must not let this important activity fade to your life. Do you know what I was dying to say there? Just how can you slowly come out as a drag queen? I think you just need to go into the room that you're going to go in one day and be like, fuck it, guys, I've arrived. It's not a secret anymore. Do you know what I mean? And tell us when you do it. Video it. But that's really what came to mind when you said it. I was like, he gets my banner. Right, so I'm putting boundaries around those that would fuck with me. Yes, do. You need to. That's what all the divine masculines right now. If you resonate with being divine, that's what you're all doing right now. You're either you've done it, you're doing it, or you're going to be called to do it. If you're not doing it, you need to. Everybody needs to put a boundary somewhere. I'm the boundary queen. I don't like that name, but it just came to mind because I am. There can be many grey areas in life between reasonable compromise and compromising your healthy boundaries. So each person is unique and each situation is different. The most important thing is to make your boundaries and preferences clear early on in the relationships, and your partner may feel annoyed or resentful when you bring up it months or even years down the track. Yeah, and that's really important because this is why, oh fuck, I still haven't published that. So again, I will do that now because it keeps coming to me and I forget. I started listening to it and I just, I can't be arsed listening to myself. It's a bit fucking, that's a bit, I'm always helping people with narcissistic stuff, but it feels like, I can't be fucking listening to myself, you know what I mean? But actually, in all truth, I really should, because the way hypnosis works, when you hear your own voice, it's going to help you even more, do you know what I mean? But it's not narcissistic because it's there to help other people. But basically, like that channeling that I done in January, which was about love languages and therapy, it was a really important download. And I think there's probably there will be I just think it wasn't time, because it's like they were saying to me yesterday, it is time now. So I think it's the right time for people to hear it. But generally what I was getting was it's about your attachment style. And you and your twin flame, it's like you've got the same core wounds, but usually there's you've got either the same attachment styles which can cause difficulty, or they might be slightly different. And that's not a set in stone thing. You can change your attachment style from something like anxious avoidant, or I always get all the names mixed up, but you can change that to being secure again after therapy. Do you get it? This is why I'm always saying it. And then along with, in conjunction, this is why I always stress doing the wee test that I've put up loads of time in the comments about the love language. When you know your love language, that's going to solve a lot of shit as well, because you're going to know what makes you tick, what kind of, what, I don't know what they're wanting me to say there, but I know when I done mine, it was physical touch. I was like, shit, I've been single for 20 years, do you know what I mean? But it's kind of like physical touch. It doesn't always need to be about sex. Like, it can just be, wherever, there's like, well, really, what else could, you know what I mean? Like, it is mainly going to be about your romantic connection if you've even fucking got one, which is why I was like, why am I not dead yet? But it's kind of like, it can even be like any loved ones in your life, like friends or family or like children in your life. Do you mean? But it's like I'm very tactile. As long as I trust you and I know you're not a dick, like I'm a cuddly person. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't like overdo it or anything. And actually, some people would be like quite surprised to me say it because again, but it's kind of like yeah, I'm protective of my energy. Put that way, but when it's like when I'm with my nieces and that, like they're constantly, we're all very loving. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's that I'm a motherly kind of energy, so that's me. You might not be like that. Somebody might be like more about the other ones, like like the what's it, acts of service, like you really love if somebody's like, right, oh, I'll do the dishes, or I'll go out and do that thing that you need done so you can put your feet, all that different people. So these are things that this goes for all romantic relationships, right? Not just twin flames, but it's kind of like you want to kind of find out what you value and what your person values right at the fucking start, right? And then it can clear up a lot of fucking miscommunication that's already in these things. Do you know what I mean? And also because particularly when someone's really anxious and they're always worried that you're going to run away, which ironically is what is going on with a lot of twin flames. And now I'm really going to head fuck people. Now I'm going to head fuck people, but it's often the one that's running away and making out like they don't like you in the slightest. That actually their deepest fear is that they come really close, you get really intimate, you're having baths and everything, and then you just fuck off with somebody else. Like, that's the truth of it, which is highly frustrating when you're the one that's like, I waited so long for this. Do you really fucking think that's gonna happen? No. Like, do you know what I mean? So that is, it's easy for someone to say it. When you feel like that, I know from listening to enough people, it is a very real thing and a very real fear. And it's to do with childhood. At some point, like you felt like that. You felt like missed, or you've not felt like your needs were met. And yeah, you know what I mean? It's abandonment. And again, everybody has it. Everybody has this shit. Right, anyway, hopefully that's kind of thingied that enough. Right, where did I get to? Oh, I hardly read any of this. A common example of unhealthy boundaries is apparent inability to say no when feeling pressured by a prospective new or existent partner into doing or behaving in a way that isn't in harmony with your truth. For example, if you love the ocean and need to walk along the beach regularly, oh my god, to maintain emotional balance, you can invite your partner to join you or go alone. But you must not let this important activity fade from your life. And fucking would they be fucking fading from mine? I'd be like, listen, I'm going to walk, right? No, you can't come. I'd be like, I'm only joking, you can come. There can be many grey areas in life between reasonable compromise and compromising your healthy boundaries. So each person is unique and each situation is different. And that's really important for twin flames because you're both freedom seeking people. But obviously there needs to be boundaries with that because I'm not into fucking open relationships and that. I don't know about any use, but that's not fucking happening. I'd rather just like, you've not done the work yet. Just you fucking carry on and if I'm still here, great. The most important thing is to make your boundaries and preferences clear early on in the relationship, and your partner may feel annoyed and resentful, or they may feel annoyed and resentful when you bring it up months or even years down the track. It's like what they're saying to me. It's a bit like you need to kind of just get all the ugly truth out in that first conversation or one of the first conversations because you don't want all the secrets coming up further down the line. You know what I mean? You just want to get it all out. This is me, but I mean, you just want to get it all out there and then you can deal with it and you can move on because that's part of the ascension process as well, is that whoever it is you've been that you're not too proud of, anyone that's done anything that's been a bit dark or really kind of shadowy, you're going to be a different person when you wake up. So you need to just get it out there and let it go. Do you know what I'm saying? In an existing relationship, it is important, and that's why the forgiveness keeps coming up. In an existing relationship, it's important to communicate your feelings, needs, and preferences by owning them yourself. So you can say, I need time to myself regularly, so from now on I will go to the beach once a week on my own. This feels like once a week, fuck that, once a day. This is much more constructive than you never want to go to the beach. It's almost impossible to drag you down there. You've ruined that pleasure for me and I'm going to get it back. Yeah, you don't want to be saying shit like that. You've drawn this card today because it's time for you to look at the way you've set your personal boundaries in the past as well as in the present. And what I'm hearing is you may not have actually ever set boundaries with people. You might have just, to keep for an easy life, kept quiet and give them what they wanted. It's true. So if you've done that, recognise that not to do that anymore, and that your needs matter, and let people know what your needs are. Because people that love you will want to know what it is you need. You know what I mean? They won't want to upset you. If you've been in relationships where people have upset you, they've like shouted at you, they've swore at you, I mean, again, like I've been saying, this can happen at the best of it, especially in Aries energy, by the way. So, but it's kind of like, I'm meaning if it's a constant, like that becomes your normal. It's not normal. Like, people generally don't speak to each other like shit every day. And if you do, you're probably in a karmic relationship. Take a gentle look at what these boundaries have created for you in your life so far and resolve to reset them where necessary. Ask your angels and guides to support you and communicate more lovingly and clearly from now on. So what I'm getting from that is the forgiveness vibe, because that's the Divine Masculine's card. That it's forgive yourself and Divine Femme. Forgive yourself, whoever you are, Divine Femme, Divine Masculine. And you can start again. Every day is a chance to start again. You can wake up tomorrow and decide to be a different person if you want to. Like, don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't change your life, because you can. I've changed mine. I was shy as fucking... Does it look like I'm shy right now doing this? No. But, I mean, when I'm out and about kind of amongst people, I might be more kind of hood up, don't talk to me kind of shit. Not rude, but just quiet, you know what I mean? So just, you get to decide what blossoming abundance you want to come into your life, because this is for the collective. So let's read this now. Wait a minute. This is just coming out really quickly. My track name is Misbehave. I love it. I waited 19 years before I met my twin. Wow. That's how long I've been on mine. That's funny. Without consciously, no, I didn't know till like 7 years into that. My maths is bad, but right, use your chat and teacher, so that's fine. Yeah, me too, Nathan. This is my last lifetime as a regular human. Me too. Okay, right, okay. So, 3. Let's read this. Blossoming in abundance. Wait a minute, I just need some of that water. Fuck, I'm not going to get through all... Well, I don't know. Maybe I will. If I can keep them short and sweet. 5 minutes. Imagine me doing a 5-minute reading. Fucking hell. I'm a generator in human design, so I can keep on going for hours. Right. Increasing wealth and value. This card shows a beautiful golden garden in the springtime with coins and new flowers blossoming all around. They even hang like fruit on the tree above. Upright, this card signals a new increase in wealth, possibly in dramatic and unexpected way. Be aware that you sow the seeds of your own wealth and prosperity, much like a gardener works the ground and begins to see blooming results take hold. This card upright indicates that the universe is blessing you and helping the fruits of your labour to blossom. So smell the flowers and tend to the new growth. Be grateful and enjoy. Abundant wealth blossoms all around me. I see the value in everyday life. And happy family is the next one. Closeness, fun and caring. It's a bit like the intimacy card. Right, so now let's do, what do we need to know about the collective ascension process for people out there that's going to need to hear something? And then we'll go to Sagittarius. The bud, potential, promise, it's about to happen. Keep going. I want to make a joke about that, but anyway. So, yeah, it's about to happen. Keep going. So it's that kind of feeling of, and again, this isn't everyone. If you know that you're nowhere near a physical twin flame union, or even communicating with your actual twin flame more than like, you know, talking to their soul and flying about in dreams and shit like that, then, you know, common fucking sense. But I feel this is going to speak to people that don't quit right before the miracle occurs, or don't quit right before you hit gold. And I mean, it could relate to other projects, but it could relate to other parts of your life too with that abundance card. But I feel that's really going to speak to some of you. Where are you being called to journey to? So I get the feeling, yeah, that is a literal journey. So it's like some twins out there are actually getting called to literal journey to their twin. Like, you know, it's about to happen, keep going. So I'm sure I picked up on that in the last one. And that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, look, Brothers of Rose, Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine. Oh, I've got chills all over my head there. It's Divine Masculine. Sacred Masculine, honour, protection, support. So it's about to happen. We're being called to journey to Divine Masculine. You know where you're being called to journey to. Right. Nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, and self-care. And so Divine Feminines, the ones that aren't moving very fast, it's because they're fucking exhausted from all the karmic stuff that they've got going on in your life, and you just need to give them time. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe, and you're protected. Call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. That's why I keep saying about the need for soul retrieval, because if you are actually the person that resonates with being absolutely exhausted, like what keeps coming out in the collectives, you need a soul retrieval. Everything I do is soul retrieval. And any personal session you book is soul retrieval. So, yeah, do it. And I've got different price points too. And again, you know, if any of that really is a problem, and as long as I know I can trust you and you're not going to take the piss like other people in the past, we can sort something out. Warrior Woman, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? That's my favourite card in that deck. And this is like 3 different decks together. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? That is the Aries New Moon. Right, what else do we need here for the collective? You are, oh my god, I love it. This is so dramatic. 39. I'm nearly 39. Charlotte is 39. It was Charlotte's birthday the other day. It was the 18th. Happy belated birthday. You are the truth seeker, awakening, actualizing, transcending. How can you invite more grace in to guide you? So again, look at that person floating, whether you're man, woman, whatever identify as. I really do feel, you know, you're going through a heightened part in your ascension journey, your awakening. So that's going to mean different things to different people. If you woke up a very long time ago, you're just going through more heavy shit, more tests, more initiations, definitely the twin flame journey. If this is all very new to you, and even all these terms in that are a bit kind of, what the fucking hell does that mean? Well, just hang around and you'll get the energy to start getting what it all means. Express yourself creatively, start something new. What creative pursuit do you feel drawn to? That is also very Aries, and the 9 on it is about endings. And I'm going to end it, and then I'm going to come back. So if you want to, if you want to hang around, if you need healing. So again, if you're new around here, I am a shaman and a Reiki master and a life coach and a hypnotherapist, and I heal your inner child, and I also do children's healing and astrology, counselling. I think I hit it all, guys. So basically the point is there's always healing being weaved. Like I say, even when I just pray for people, they feel the healing really quickly as well. So yeah, so you're going to get the healing. So if you're needing healing, you're needing a bit of a pick me up, hang around, and we usually have a laugh too. I heal people with a laughter. So what I was going to do is I was actually going to use my Divine Feminine cards, but I couldn't find them. So I'm using the Kali cards because I feel I'm in my Kali vibe right now. Whenever the moon is in Aries or Scorpio, I tend to go for the old black, and I'm like, right, I'm a bad bitch today. So I'm using the Kali cards. And I'm going to channel that kind of fierce, don't fuck with me energy wherever you need it. So I'm sending that healing, particularly when I read this, right? Okay. So when you pray, miracles land. Yes. So she is the rising sun, marking the ending of. Wait a minute. Is this not the one? Is this not the one I've done in the shorts? I think it is. Anyway, she is the rising sun, marking the ending of darkness and the replenishment of life force after illness or devastation. She creates a clean slate and a fresh start. She protects and preserves that which is worthy of the heart. She shines in perpetual state of divine beauty and radiance, attracting to us the most supportive and honouring circumstances. So that is really beautiful, considering we got blossom in abundance, and this is the collective message. So I fucking love it, and I'm shuffling them again. One more, and then I'll get on with doing Sagittarius. Oh, 2 more. Oh, okay, we need these 2. In unusually challenging situations, the way we've supported ourselves. Wait a minute, that one, I'm sure I did pull one of these on the. Why am I feeling like it's the ones that I pulled on the shorts? I'm sure one of these. That's weird if it's now this one that I pulled on the shorts and not the one I just read, because that's how clairvoyant I am. I was seeing the card before I pulled it. In unusually challenging situations, the ways we have supported ourselves during more ordinary times are insufficient. We need to be open to divine inspiration, protection, and proceeding in new ways. So again, it's about these new boundaries I feel that many are being called to put in, all of us. Here is a portent and unexpected success. Even if everything appears to be going against you, the tide shall turn through divine grace. So again, it's about having hope that the tide is about to turn. Your most abundant success is manifest when you're aligned with your integrity. Aries is all about that integrity, definitely. You do not need to put your faith in pathways or projects that do not resonate with your deeper spiritual knowing. Everything that is happening in your life is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is to be established. You're being led into it. And that's like the card that was like, where are you being called to journey to? Right. And for each and every one of us, we're going to know what that is. You actually always really do know deep down. It's just you might be talking yourself out of it, which is fear and ego. I'm just popped up. I have faith that my manifestations are becoming my reality. Perfect. That is so in line with this. Right. So, is Charlotte back yet? Whenever Charlotte chats again on one of the signs, she'll pop up. What was she? Was she going to feed her kids or something? I don't know. I can't remember what she said. Right, okay. I'm going to end this and then I'm going to pop back up again and we're going to start Sagittarius and I'm going to pray to God that I can just, read them relatively quickly. I think I don't think I can do. I'm like, just fuck that. I'm just doing the collective. I don't know if I can be arsed. No, I will. But just not all these cards. It's too many cards. I just can never pick. Right, I'll see you if you're coming back. Right, bye.